is going on, everyone? I just left the theater after seeing the one of the most anticipated movies of 2024, and that is Twisters, the sequel to the 1996 hit Twister. Um, I've heard a lot of good things about this film. I've watched a lot of YouTubers who I follow that review movies, and so far I haven't really heard anything negative about the film. Uh, and the best way that they've always described it is this is a really fun, action packed, suspenseful movie, And I remember being 10 years old in 96 going and watching the original Twister movie in the theater. And now I thought it was cool that, hey, after all these years later, they're doing a sequel. But in sometimes in the film, and me and my wife talked about it on the way home, I was kind of like being sarcastic, but I was like, well, was it a sequel or was it a remake? And I'll get into reasons why I feel like sometimes it was a remake. But overall, I'm going to say about the film is it didn't really give me anything new. I really figured with today's technology that the tornadoes was going to look more realistic, which they didn't look bad in the 1996 film. But I really feel like they were going to step up the ante in this movie. But like I said, I feel like they didn't give us anything really new. The cast of characters were almost identical to the ones in the 1996 film with Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt. You have the technological team, all the high tech stuff, and they're all in the same suits. They got the nice, clean vehicles, and then you got the other group. They're running around playing instead of rock music. In this one, they're playing country music. They even have a Winnebago. They have a red Dodge truck, and it's just a simple fact that I was like, I thought this was a sequel. This looks like a remake because I mean, even the main actress in the film, Daisy Edgar Jones, she plays Kate. There was even spots in the film to where her exact outfit almost looked just like Helen Hunt's from the first one. I mean, all the way to the white tank top and to like the khaki pants that she was wearing, everything. But we also in this movie, who I think was a really good casting choice, was Glenn Powell. He plays Tyler Owens. I thought they had a really good dynamic together. They really played off each other really good, which saved the movie in my opinion. But like the very first, I'll say 10-15 minutes of the movie, I was already shaking my head because they did the campy thing where they've got these young kids who are, I guess they're in college, maybe they're either in college or they're in high school. I think they're college though, but they're chasing after the tornado and they've got all these designs that they're wanting to do and all this data that they've been researching, and they even throw back to Dorothy. It shows the Dorothy from the first one, but like every single clip of them is literally like it'll cut something, yeah, 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 and I was like, okay, if I gotta hear that one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind. And then when you get introduced to Tyler later on in the movie, you know, he's like the big shot. He's running around. He's a YouTuber. He's got his team, and the entire time, woo, yeah, yeah, woo, woo, and it was just like, oh my gosh, how many times are you guys gonna do the Ric Flair woo the entire time? It literally got to the point where I was like this in the theater, just oh my gosh, because even the dialogue in this movie, like the Twisters chasing them at one point right behind them, and they grab the radio just like in the first one. Are you guys seeing this? And it's like, dude, it's chasing them. I don't know. It was just I should have known what I was getting myself into, and it's one of those where I just felt like a lot of the stuff from the first Twister was rehashed in this one. They even say a line to where they look at Kate and go, "Hey, I'm glad to have you back," and she goes, "I'm not back." And I was like, okay, that's a call what happened in the first one, where Bill Paxton's character was trying to get Helen Hunt to sign the divorce papers. And they're like, hey, good to have you back. He's like, I'm not back, good callback. But there was just scenes even in the film that felt like they were an exact ripoff of the first one. And one of them I'm going to say, but I'm not going to spoil anything for y'all, but it was something to do with the theater. And even the lighting, how they presented the Twister, like I said, it was just one of those simple facts that I was like, okay, we seen this in the first one. But overall, it wasn't a terrible film or nothing like that. So I'm not bashing the film. I'm just saying that I prefer the original one because I think they did things better. I think the writing was better in the first one. I think the acting was better. I think they had more intense scenes, more scenes that got you off the edge of your seat, where this one was really campy. And I wasn't expecting it to be campy and just jokey the whole time. I really felt like there was going to be a lot more scenes where the Twisters were coming and it was just either people getting, taken off or a destruction all around, and it was supposed to be like suspenseful scenes. But I just feel like they really played up on the cheesy aspect and the cheesy dialogue. And if you've seen the film, leave your comments in the comments. Let me know how you feel about the film. But I just feel like if you're going to rehash what has already been done, then why even bother with it? If you're going to make this Twisters, I mean like a sequel, and you're calling it Twisters, I would go a completely different route, and I would have had it just balls to the wall. I mean, and you have to have some humor in it, but it was just the simple fact that they just depended on so much aspects of the first one. I feel like that, like me sitting through the movie, something would happen, I'd go, they did it better in the first one. But overall, I'm not saying don't waste your time, because I will want to sit down and watch it again. Like I said, we just left the theater. The theater was packed, and even after the movie, people clapped, people cheered, and that's always an exciting atmosphere to be around. I say wait till it comes out to watch it. It really didn't hit me in the theater like the first one did. Like, I guess it just wasn't suspenseful enough and made an impact for me want to go back to the theater and watch it or nothing like that. I would wait till it comes out and watch it. Will I own it? Maybe. If I find it in a bargain bin or something, but I won't be in a big hurry to watch this one. I usually watch Twister, the original one, at least once a year. But overall, I will say, to leave it on a good note, the acting with the main three characters, I didn't mention the third guy. He is Anthony Ramos. He plays Javiv, I think his name is. He was also a really good actor, and he brought more into it. So as far as his character, and then of course Glenn Powell and Daisy Jones, they all three played off each other very well. But like I said, I would wait till it's streaming to check it out. I wouldn't rush out to the theater and go watch it. And you may have different opinions, and that's cool. We all got different opinions on films, especially. But overall, I would say that I give this movie, I give it a thumbs in the middle. And would I recommend you to watch it? I'd recommend you to watch it at home, either on a streaming service or something like that. I wouldn't go to theaters to watch it. And as far as a grade, this is how I'm going to start doing pretty much single films. This is what I do on my podcast. I'm going to give it a grade. I'm going to say I give it a solid, I'll give it a B minus. So, like I said, not terrible, but just expected a whole lot more than what I got. If you've seen the film, let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, hit that like and subscribe button so you'll never miss a video of mine. And as always, God bless each and every one of you. And until next time.